It seems like they're everywhere you turn. Every single day they invade the headlines. Another half-wit criminal with a half-baked scheme. Another social media simpleton going viral. Another Florida man stretching the bounds of stupidity, or another pack of SJWs throwing a temper tantrum. And that's not even the worst of it. From the empty talking heads on the cable news channels, to the humorless hacks in Hollywood, to the pea-brained politicians pulling the puppet strings, everywhere you look, there's another idiot telling you how to live your life.
And Joe Biden still gets to sleep in the White House. Amazing.
I bet he wakes up every morning and he has no fucking idea why he's there. He's just like, whoa, what do I do? Hey, I'm at Barack's for a sleepover. Oh man, I hope we got lots of pizza and hot dogs.
And he's a very special guy. He's called a minor attracted person. An MAP.
Free speech should no longer be allowed.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Don't mind me if my berries pop out.
Well, Jay and Anissa have had enough. Armed with clever satire, madcap humor, and the craziest cast of characters in podcasting, they're lining up and taking aim at the world of stupidity every single week. Because it is time to go to war. The War on Morons.
It is Tuesday, February 9th, 2021, and this is episode 67 of The War on Morons. I'm Jay.
And I'm Anissa, and welcome to the show, everybody.
Yeah, if you're not distracted by the show trial of the century, over on, let's just call them over on the Cartoon News Networks this week. We've got a ton of hilarious headlines tonight.
Wait a minute. Aren't we the Cartoon News?
I mean, in a sane world, we would be. You know, let's just count off the ways. I mean, we've got goofy character voices. We got literal clown voices.
Yeah.
We got dick and fart jokes by the barrel. But at least we don't just make up wild-eyed accusations and call it news. So I don't think we're the Cartoon News.
God, we're doing this already. All right. We're dunking on AOC, like 30 seconds into the show?
I mean, sure. But I mean, don't worry. I'll get to her. Get to that delusional bimbo. But I was actually talking about the entire Washington establishment. Like, this whole thing that they're doing today, and I'm assuming for the next month or so. I mean, they're making up, like, an imaginary insurrection so they can impeach a dude that's not even, he's not even president.
I mean, it's a really great use of our resources, guys.
Yeah, like, almost as good as turning the Capitol into the fucking Baghdad Green Zone for no reason. Like, they're spending, I forget the figures, I saw something outrageous, something like hundreds of millions of dollars to make it look like a prison over there. Aren't these the same people? Like they never say the Pledge of Allegiance. They won't stand for the national anthem. They literally burn the American flag as a pastime, and that's been their whole thing for years.
Yeah, good point.
And now, if you still, and I recommend against it, folks, but if for whatever reason you still go on Twitter and engage with these people, they're out there calling everybody else seditionists. Okay, George Washington, I'm pretty sure I saw you, toss a Molotov cocktail into a cop car last year screaming, "Fuck America" at a protest. Whatever. Moralize away.
Last year, I mean, BLM was literally marching through D.C. threatening to burn the city down 3 days ago. You saw that, right?
Good point. Yeah. Yeah, was that Saturday night?
Yeah, something like that. I mean,
they were something like, if we don't get what we want, we'll burn Washington to the fucking ground. That was except for it was more rhythmic. It was a chant.
Yeah. I mean, DC's starting to look like Tampa during the Super Bowl.
I mean, Do you think they're going to do the whole safe space group therapy session on the House floor for this one? Like, so the fraud squad can trot back out there and fake cry some more about, like, you know, another riot they weren't around for.
I mean, it would be pretty funny watching the United States Congress act like a high school drama class,
Jeez.
you know, if it wasn't for the fact that they write our laws, authorize wars, and act tax policy. But, you know, hey. I mean, who doesn't want to see their best audition of, you know, Hamilton.
Rashid Tlaib or whatever her fucking name is.
Yeah.
It was amazing. She was out there like, oh, thank Allah, I was 1,000 miles away. I was in Detroit at the time, but oh my God, I was watching on CNN. It looked really scary when that dude in the buffalo hat.
Oh my God. You know, maybe one day if we're lucky, the ShamWow guy can make a documentary about it and we'll all just be better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but, you know, if only Billy Mays was still alive, you know, then he could save us.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, I mean, God bless him, the mattress king or whatever his name is. I mean, I don't know why he's doing the job of the Justice Department, but anyway, we're getting way off track. We always do this, but I mean, if you think those clowns in Congress are acting stupid now, just wait. Just wait until this silly impeachment really gets going. I mean, I'm not one to speak for the guy, but I'm pretty sure that Donald Trump, I mean, he seems really comfortable in Florida. You know, I'm pretty sure he'd be happy never to set foot in Washington again for the rest of his life. But they dragged him back. They're insistent on dragging him back to Washington for some bullshit fucking show trial. You know,
it's almost like he lives rent free in their heads.
He's like the ex-husband, you know, that all the Washington politicians want to convince you. Like, they really want to convince you that they're glad he's gone. But really, you know, he couldn't give less of a shit. You know, he's out on the golf course. He's done. And sure, he lost half of his money, but you know, he's just done. He's glad he's done with the crazy bitch, and she is getting drunk on box wine and hate dialing him every single fucking night. You know?
Yeah. And by she, I mean, I'm assuming you mean Nancy Pelosi, right?
I mean, the box wine, is that the clue? And she looks like she could knock back a box or two. I was just like, you know, it's 2 a.m. Donald, you know, I just wanted to call you and let you know that you ain't shit. Never were. You're shit. I just shit my pants.
Oh, God.
And he's just like, new phone, who this?
Anyways,
yeah.
You guys know the drill by now. You can call into the show
Speaking
tonight.
of phones.
813-906-9099. Catch us live on air or leave us a voicemail, and we'll play it when this airs on Tuesday at HamiMediaGroup.podbean.com.
Yep, or you can catch us on social media at MeWe on our very active community with hilarious, highly illegal memes posted every single day. Still working on getting arrested for memes. I'm trying to poke at Hillary. I think she's still highly protected. And of course, subscribe to our streams on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch. You know the drill. And we're open for business. But for now,
let's get into the stack of stupidity.
Yep. So how else could we start the show this week? But with America's premier idiot. Quite possibly the stupidest woman in the world. Certainly the stupidest person in Congress, and that is saying something. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Look, I mean, nobody's ever called AOC the smartest person in the room, but let's give her some credit, right? Before she came around, how many of these people were honest enough to admit that they were socialists?
I mean, I don't know if she's ever been the smartest person in the bathroom.
Oh my God.
But to your larger point, I mean, the honesty thing, straight out the window. Number one trending on Twitter, of course, even after they purged, millions of conservative accounts and shadow banned everybody else. Hashtag Alexandria Ocasio-Smollett. And then at the same time, number 2 trending, hashtag AOC lied.
Ouch. I mean, Let me get this straight. I mean, I know it was crazy, but this is because she said Ted Cruz tried to have her assassinated?
Like the Zodiac Killer needs to outsource.
True.
I mean, if Ted Cruz wanted to fucking rub her out, I mean, come on. He's perfectly capable of doing it himself. But no. That wasn't because of that particular live. Of course, by now, everybody knows what AOC did. She went on a live stream a couple days ago, and she started giving her horrifying account of what happened during January 6th, when, of course, there was that protest outside the Capitol. Of course, first, she started claiming that she was a sexual assault survivor to claim, political points.
Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to touch that one.
Yeah, I mean, we probably shouldn't. I guess there's an off chance that she's telling the truth there. I mean, I kind of feel like she would have used it by now, just, with her track record, but let's try to be mindful of, maybe that's true. But the next thing was proven not to be. So she, went into this very detailed story. She's, saying, I'm hiding in my bathroom, in my office, and I hear the insurrectionists, the Donald Trump supporters, they're out there. And she, gives this account. She's like, they're shouting, where is she? Where is she? And I hear them getting closer and closer, and I just know it's over for me. They're coming. I know I'm gonna die. They're gonna get me. And then this is when she evokes the sexual assault. I guess one of the Capitol police officers comes in, and she's like, and then I saw the look in his eyes. It wasn't right. He was all by himself, and I just knew that wasn't a real Capitol police officer.
Oh God!
I guess insinuating that I don't know where all the horrible Donald Trump supporters went that were going to kill her. I guess they just disappeared. There was just a police officer checking on her, who all of a sudden has been turned into a rapist in her mind. But then, what really made this great is it was revealed that she wasn't even in the fucking Capitol building.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty... it's a minor detail, really. I mean, for the performance she gave, really, truly a minor detail.
A minor detail that she leaned right the fuck into. She didn't just double down. She tripled down. She quadrupled down. Everybody, once this got revealed that she was in a different building all the way across town, I would have just shut the fuck up.
Right, well, that would be one strategy.
I would probably
She's
would have deactivated
going for an Oscar here.
She's going for something. Maybe they'll give her a Golden Globe.
She's a method actor as well as a congresswoman. Who knew?
Yeah.
She's so versatile.
But, she just kept at it. She told all of her followers, hey, you know what? If you see anybody using these hashtags, you report them, you turn them in, maybe put them on that list of all the people we're going to round up and put in those camps. That looked pretty crazy. That looked pretty cringe. But then... after that is when they did that weird thing on the House floor where she was out there with Tlaib with her arm around her, look, girl, you can tell your story. Another one that she wasn't even in the city, and it's just you people look completely fucking ridiculous.
I don't know. It's one thing if this was truly what happened, but we all know it's not what happened. It's been proven it's not what happened. So why double down on it?
Yeah, I think she's just your typical attention-starved millennial, she just needs more therapy,
Yeah.
Show me on the doll where Ted Cruz touched you.
Okay. All right, well, look, speaking of trending hashtags, have you seen the latest hot meme out there? The kids love it. It's on t-shirts. They're making action figures of it. It's all over the internet. Bernie Sanders in mittens.
I'd rather see him in a noose.
Wow.
Or, at least in an internment camp.
Okay, well...
he's a communist. Can we...
Fair.
We used to do something like that with him.
Oh, my God. Anyway, if you can believe it, even some people on the left aren't fans of Bernie's comfy winter gloves. Notably, a former UC Berkeley professor turned high school teacher wrote an op-ed to the San Francisco Chronicle last week calling his mittens a lesson in white privilege, male privilege, and class privilege.
I'm actually going to have to side with Bernie this time. How dare that rich white motherfucker own a pair of gloves?
I know, right? To be fair, I mean, now that Bernie's been named the chairman of the U.S. Budget Committee, soon this teacher's dreams will come true and none of us will be able to own gloves. We'll have to burn our hats and coats for heat just to make it through the winter.
Somehow that one, I missed that one. He's been named chairman of the Budget Committee?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's the chairman, Chairman Bernie. We have a communist in charge of the finances.
Holy fuck. This is gonna be great. I mean, I knew we were in for a bumpy ride. I mean, did they make Hunter the DEA secretary? Maybe put that hooker Kamala in charge of the Vice Squad?
Or human trafficking.
No, that's Hillary Clinton.
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
Anyway, since you brought up the fake inauguration, that's where the stupid, the mittens meme started, right?
Yeah.
He's over there at the inauguration, just he literally looks like he's passed out, just sitting there in his fucking memes, his mittens. And anyway, at the beginning of the inauguration last month, Jennifer Lopez got up and sang the most inclusive of all the patriotic songs in the catalog. You probably know the tune. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to New York Island. You know that one?
Oh, yeah, I recognize that one.
You know it was actually written by a communist?
What a coinky-dink.
Yeah, some beatnik-ass folk singer. I mean, I guess when you you really kind of parse the words, it's it's actually anti-property. It's oh, wait a second. This land is actually not your land, hippie. I don't fucking know you.
So it's hardly God Bless America.
Hardly, but guess what? Once again, not good enough for the left. So J-Lo, she's actually been canceled.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, according to liberals on Twitter.
I cannot imagine.
J-Lo is a white colonizer now. Because she sang "This Land Is Your Land." It's actually, according to these people, it's a song celebrating stolen land and indigenous genocide.
Wow. And, honestly, I'm shocked because I would have thought the thing that would have really pissed them off was that she didn't twerk. Not even one twerk. Very disrespectful.
That's a good point. I mean, that's... How dare she?
Right?
At an inauguration with Bill Clinton in attendance, not even one booty cheek. Seriously though, I mean, a Puerto Rican woman singing about communism, shared land, inclusivity, that's white supremacy. I feel like when everything's all said and done, we're gonna realize that everything is white supremacy. That meme with the astronauts looking at Earth? And everything's Ohio. The one astronaut's pointing a gun at the other one.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, it's all Ohio? Except for it's going to be an okay sign. So wait, it's all white supremacy?
I just don't understand it. She's not even white!
Hey. She's a white supremacist now. Have you seen her bank account?
Oh. All right.
I mean, it's not supposed to make sense. It's just supposed to make them mad.
Well, they do a great job at getting mad and making no sense. And speaking of making people mad, the Democrats officially broke the news to their voters that they were lying about the whole $2,000 stimulus checks thing the other day. I mean,
I bet they're turning in their graves.
They're not all dead people.
Yeah, some of them are just brain dead.
Hey, but
Alright, I'm hijacking it. What's the story?
Alright. So, this is actually hilarious. The Democrats Twitter account sent out a tweet the other day explaining that even though everyone in the party spent the Georgia runoff campaign saying they'd be cutting $2,000 checks as an immediate bribe the moment they took the Senate, what they're actually working on is a plan to provide $1,400 checks. But wait, there's more. You see, what actually puts this over the top is they're saying that the $600 stimulus that Trump sent out last year was actually just a down payment. So they're not lying after all. It also includes other great payoffs like a $15 minimum wage for federal workers only, which goes into effect 4 years from now, and a bunch of tax increases.
Ever get the feeling you've been cheated? To quote Johnny Rotten there,
Oh, come on. That's besides the point.
My God.
The point is their own supporters are pissed off because they didn't go out and vote, sometimes 5 or 6 times, and commit a bunch of other federal crimes to get their candidates elected just to get stiffed on their checks.
And have you ever, ripped off somebody that, is waiting for a freebie? They get way more pissed off than somebody that earned it.
Yeah.
These guys are going to be so fucking mad. And I actually saw this the other day. This is another time that, talk about a stopped clock. Bernie's right again. Because apparently they're talking about, I guess for the stimulus checks, they're talking about only giving it to people that made less than $50,000 a year. And Bernie's out there like, wait a second, that's not good for working Americans. I mean, there's a lot of people that make more than $50,000 a year. They're not exactly rich. I mean, you ever been to California? Gas is $5 a gallon. I mean, try to find a house that doesn't cost $500,000.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know. I can't imagine them stimulating the economy very much if these are the same people that are probably going to spend it on weed anyways. I mean, it's not going to do much for the local economy.
Yeah, well, they deserve it anyway. That's my favorite part is all the people getting mad at it are the people that fucking voted for it. It's you know what? Get used to it, buddy. Get used to it. You deserve it. You're stupid.
Seriously.
Anyway, talking about stupid, the climate czar. Let's talk about him again. John Kerry, Sir John Kerry of the Ketchup clan. He was in Iceland to accept something called the Arctic Circle Award for Climate Leadership.
Do these people not have enough to do or anything? And besides that, how the hell did he get to Iceland? Was it on a plane that uses jet fuel? Because I'm pretty sure that's a bad look for the climate czar.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what he did. He's got a private jet. He's been logging miles.
Very ecologically friendly, y'all.
Yeah, he's been logging miles all over the world, so we can tell everybody that we can't drive our fucking cars. So I guess the big problem that John Kerry is concerned about is, quote, apocalyptic levels of carbon emissions. Now, this Icelandic reporter, and God bless him, he actually asked the questions that people in America don't fucking ask. He went up to him, he's like, John, can you explain why you're flying in this private jet? It emits 40 times more carbon than a commercial plane.
I mean, this would probably be a good point at which to remind this reporter that he's speaking to a czar, okay? What's he supposed to do? Go to Expedia?
Right? If he can believe it, though, that's pretty much what this fucking guy said. So John Kerry, his response, his well thought, and you got to think, while you're sitting on your private jet to go collect your climate change award, you might think, boy, I should probably prepare some sort of response in case somebody asks me about hypocrisy. Well, apparently he didn't, because his response is, oh, well, it's the only choice for somebody like me.
Oh, somebody like who? A hypocritical ass clown?
It's
somebody like me.
It's almost like they don't actually believe in this climate change thing, right?
But they want to believe.
Yeah, all right, Mulder.
Nice segue. Because up next, we've got a left-wing lunatic MSNBC host.
In the interest of time, you could have just said MSNBC host. Do they make any other kind there?
That's true. But anyway, we're talking about Joy Reid, who is speaking on air with the White House National Climate Advisor, which I guess is probably a few rungs beneath the czar, but maybe 1 or 2 higher than the crying Indian chief and Smokey Bear. Somehow they went from talking about Biden's environmental policy to Reid saying that she thinks aliens from outer space might come to Earth and attack us as punishment for destroying the planet.
She said this shit on air?
Yeah.
On a news show.
Just spat that right out. Nope, unprompted.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Good thing we're trusting the science now. You flip on your fucking news and they're like, yeah, you know what? I mean, these last 4 years, we learned in the Paris Accords. I'm surprised the space aliens didn't show up and vaporize us.
Too bad we couldn't disband the Space Force. We deserve it.
God, that's the only thing that kept fucking Klaatu from showing up on the White House lawn. If he shows up now, I mean, he's got a surprise coming.
Oh my god!
Joe Biden's gonna sniff his spacesuit. Anyway, it looks like we're getting our first call of the day. Actually, look, we're getting 2 calls. Something must have hit a nerve.
Must be the aliens.
It's always the aliens.
Let's go with line 1 first.
Line 1?
All right.
All right.
I'll take it. Area code 432, you're on with the War on Morons. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me? Am I coming through good on the telephone?
Yeah, you are.
All right. I ain't too good on these cell phones. My fingers are real big, and I don't like the touch screens. I prefer to use a real telephone, but these damn people. Anyway, it's Longhorn Flannigan. I'm calling from Odessa, Texas, and I just wanted to say to all my fans out there, hey, hook 'em horns from the Texas Terrorist.
The Texas Terrorist? Wow.
The Texas Terrorist.
That's quite a nickname in this day and age. Okay.
Yeah, y'all were talking about the aliens, and that kind of made me want to give you a call on account of what the pigeons have been telling me. I don't know if you know about Q. Do you know about this fella QAnon?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can we go back? The pigeons are talking to you?
Yeah, see, these damn internet liberals, they shut down my Twitter account a while back, and they shut down the Facebook too. So I've been getting my times from the Patriot Pigeons, and they've been getting the updates on what Q and what our great men out there have been doing. Because the military is in control, and the pigeons are in control, and everything is going according to the plan. And the aliens, that kind of reminded me of everything. And I thought maybe because y'all seem to be a little bit concerned, with everything going on with Joe Biden, I thought you might need to, maybe get a little bit of reassurance. Do you subscribe to the Patriot Pigeons?
No, I don't. And I mean, it's good that you're holding out hope, I guess, but...
It's really, when was the last time you got an update from Lynn Wood?
I mean, regardless, I don't understand what this has to do with aliens.
Well, I'll get to the aliens, but what you really need to understand is that fellow that you see on your TV. Now, do you think that Joe Biden and Joe Biden are the same guy? Now, I guess we'll start there. Do you think that's the same guy?
What are you talking about, Joe Biden?
Joe Biden. He's the masked president. You know what I mean? The masked president.
No, I don't know what you mean. Nobody knows what you mean.
The pigeons, they told, look, he's always wearing a mask. You know what I mean? He's always wearing a mask, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it's not really Joe Biden. Joe Biden's he's been dead for years. He's probably been dead since the 80s. That fella in Washington, he's a clone at best. That might be Bo Biden. I don't know. That might be Bo Biden. That might even be Q. That could be Q. We could have a white hat on the inside, but he's not in the White House.
Okay,
he's in a movie studio. Yeah.
I don't know that pigeons are the best, most reliable source of information here. This is sounding a little insane.
Now the pigeons don't write the comms. General Flynn writes the comms. Sidney Powell writes the comms. Lynn Wood writes the comms, and of course, Q himself writes the comms. The pigeons updates, because I'm a patriot.
I don't know.
And it's only $50 a month, and it gives me a good update. I'm also going to get my Trump coin. I'm gonna be getting my gold Trump coin. They're going to send that to me soon. But you don't have to worry, because this whole thing is fake. There is no Joe Biden presidency. It's all a movie. You're going to love the ending. I'm telling you. Look, it's not for everybody.
Okay, well,
but you better get your popcorn ready.
Jay is telling me that we've got this other caller who is calling in. We got him on the line. So let me just bring him on, too.
There's another caller.
Yeah.
You gonna bring him on with me?
Yeah.
All right, here. I'll just sit back and let that other fella on. Let him on.
Okay. Hi, caller.
Hey, man.
You're on.
Hey, man. Man. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi. Who's this?
Yeah. It's Bob Baker, man, in Henderson, Nevada. Social Security number is 5.
No. What?
What? I've been trying to give you my social. You need how are you going to run me through the computer if you don't have my full identity?
No, I'm not going to run you through anything.
Look, fella, I don't know why you're trying to give them all your information. You don't know for sure if she's a white hat or a black hat. You got to be careful. She might could be working. Hey, man, you can't believe all these conspiracies, dude. I used to be one of you, man. Look, man, I don't believe in conspiracy. Look, I believe in QAnon. QAnon is you want to call it a conspiracy. It's the only conspiracy out there. Tells you to think for yourself. You want to think, dude, look, man, Longhorn Flannigan, dude. I saw you in the Cow Palace in 1988. You were wrestling, man. You were a wrestler, right? Yeah, man, I'm a fighter. Yeah, I saw you fight against Al Dente. Al Dente, right? You were fighting him yeah, man, I know which fight you were talking about. It was a Texas bull rope match. But I don't speak to Al Dente no more, because he's one of these goddamn liberals. He's a New York Jew. And hold on. Now, look, I used to think that wrestling was fake, man. And then I read on the internet that it's real.
What?
And I learned the same thing about what this QAnon, man. I used to think all that QAnon stuff was real. And then I read on the internet that it's fake. You just gotta trust what you read on the internet. Man, I don't think you understand. I've got pigeons dropping me off comms from fucking Sidney Powell twice a week. Look, man, if you really want to know what's happening, man, you gotta look higher up in the sky, dude. It's the Space Force, man. Donald Trump, he's not he's a time traveler. It's not some kind of crazy conspiracy. He's got to start me in Mar-a-Lago. And I'm not talking conspiracy, I'm talking science. There's no QAnon bullshit. Wait a second. You telling me Donald Trump has a star in it? Yeah, man.
Okay, this is insane.
Is he from the future or is he from the past? He's from the future and the past, dude. I read it on a Pub Top Secret. And it's on the internet, so you know it's true. I gotta tell this to the pigeon fella. Can you what's your name again?
Guys, take this off to some Reddit board somewhere. This is ridiculous.
Look, Longhorn, you gotta take down my social. It's 5.
Hey! No socials.
2.
Well, that was spirited.
I mean, I don't know who's crazier there. The Q people they're dedicated.
They are dedicated.
I cannot believe they're still fucking leading into this delusion, but holy shit, Bob. Yeah, say you're not a conspiracy theorist, buddy, but yikes.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Well, after that call, I think I'm going to have an aneurysm if we don't give the political stuff a break, to be honest.
I'm good with that, yeah.
So let's just get into some dumb criminals news. First up, Florida man.
All right, what's he up to this week? I feel like we let him off the hook last show. I don't think we had a Florida man story.
Well, this makes up for it. A 22-year-old in Jacksonville was running down the interstate naked.
As you do, for aerodynamics.
Right. And when a police officer stopped to check on him, the guy assaulted the officer, stole his vehicle, and crashed his car into the woods. So he would have been better off leaving him on foot, to be honest.
Are you sure this wasn't on Reno 911? Who's this inept fucking cop,
Seriously. I mean, how did he get beat up and carjacked by some naked guy?
Look, I'm just going to give the benefit of the doubt and assume it was a Terminator. I need your clothes, your badge, and your police car.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, speaking of car trouble, a couple of drug dealers were arrested at the Albany County Airport after forgetting that they left a bunch of heroin, oxycodone, marijuana, and fentanyl in their rental car.
Whoopsie-daisy. Were they partaking in all of those drugs? Because, if so, I can't blame them for being a little forgetful.
It doesn't say in the article, but it does say, and this is why they got caught. These two idiots showed up at the rental car counter, and they were like, we had just dropped off a car a little while ago, and we forgot a little something in the trunk.
Sometimes in life it's important to know when to cut your losses.
Right? Let's see, $30,000, $40,000 of illegal drugs? Yeah, it sucks. You lost them. That's horrible. Or fucking 10 years in prison.
Well, to be fair, if they were brokering it out and they owed some dude, $20,000 for the stuff they bought, I could maybe
like
see
a
going
No
back.
Country for Old Men scenario?
Yeah.
Some guy coming after him with a...
Where's my money, bitch?
Or at least, maybe come up with a scheme then, if it was me, I'd call up the rental car place. I'd be like, this is Officer Barberry of the DEA. You were involved in a sting operation this afternoon. We're going to be sending one of our agents down to collect our fake drugs at $1,900 over.
Over? Why would he say over? It's not a radio.
That's what they say. They say over. That's how they talk.
Okay, well, good to know you've got a plan for this.
Well, just in case I ever end up in that scenario.
Great. All right, well, speaking of drugs, scientists are warning of imminent ecological disaster brought on by a rapidly multiplying horde of cocaine hippos out of South America. So, just let that one sink in.
What the fuck did you just say? Cocaine hippos? Hippos are getting high now on cocaine?
If you thought the murder hornets were bad.
Are they just mashing words together
They're
now?
just filling out Mad Libs.
Jesus.
These aren't actually hippos with a drug problem, to be fair. At least not that I know about. See, cocaine kingpin Pablo Escobar imported 4 African hippos to his estate in Colombia back in the 80s or whatever. And when he got himself killed by the police a few years later, the hippos retreated into the wild and, they started multiplying.
I didn't know hippos got down like that.
Yeah, apparently.
I guess when they're on cocaine. Now they're taking over the planet.
This is one of those stories that was just better as a headline, to be honest.
Who could pass up on cocaine hippos?
Seriously. Is it just me, or would cocaine hippo be a great Secret Service code name for Hunter Biden?
Yeah, cocaine hippo, he's in the West Wing again, with Malia Obama.
Stop it.
Anyway, if you thought Hunter was a problem child, the Texas Emergency System sent out an interesting Amber Alert the other day. The missing child in question, 2'3", 6 pounds, red hair. The suspect, 3'1", 16 pounds.
What?
Red hair, blue overalls, and wielding a huge kitchen knife. And just in case you're not up to date on your Shudder subscription and your cheesy horror sequels, there's a picture in the Amber Alert of Chucky, and his creepy son, Glenn.
Okay, the serial killer Cabbage Patch doll thing? That's what we're talking about?
Yeah, for some reason, the Texas Department of Public Safety, they thought it was a great idea to send out horror movie stills to test out their Amber Alert system.
I mean, I thought something was a little fishy when you said that one of the suspects was 2 feet tall and weighed 6 pounds. But, to be fair, I guess it could have been worse. Like, at least it wasn't Leatherface or something.
Oh, yeah. Hey, just testing out the emergency broadcast system. Here's a picture from the human centipede.
Oh, God.
Hey, haven't seen Serbian film yet? Hey, our treat. Here's a still.
Yeah, this one's on VHS. You're welcome.
Oh, boy.
God. Well, anyway, one last story here from the Bad Kids file. This 6-year-old in Connecticut racked up $16,000 on his mom's credit card buying add-ons in the App Store for a Sonic the Hedgehog iPad game.
16 grand.
Yeah.
Well, that kid's not going to college.
Apparently, she left her security settings on the iPad a little bit lax, and the kid didn't really realize he was using real money.
Oh, sure he did.
Dropping $100 a transaction for treasure chests full of virtual gold rings.
Jesus Christ! Back in my day, if you wanted Sonic to get a gold ring, you picked up your Sega controller, you made him run, and you picked those gold rings up yourself. Damn it!
Generation is screwed.
Yeah, and all the talk that they used to be like, Mortal Kombat's too violent. You can't be popping people's heads off and doing fatalities. Oh, you can't have Duke Nukem. You can't have all that. Grand Theft Auto can't be killing prostitutes. Saying all that. We had all this bad influences. I never once heard of anybody stealing 16 grand from their mom's credit card. Playing fucking, Mortal Kombat.
To be fair, that does sound like something that might happen in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, well, they didn't have any kind of influences like this. Sonic the Hedgehog is a terrible influence. He just runs around stealing gold all day long.
Yeah.
Fuck Sonic the Hedgehog. Anyway, looks like we're getting another call. It looks like another Texas number, too.
Oh, all right. Well, look, that last call was more than enough for me, so you knock yourself out with this one.
All right, fine. I honestly hope it's Longhorn again, so, all right, area code 214, you're on the air. State your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is LueEllen calling from Plano, Texas. I was just calling in because y'all are talking about a problem child, and oh my God, do I tell you, I have a problem child in my house. It has been a nightmare.
Oh yeah, no, I remember you. You called in about your kid before. You said that he's a little jelly boy, right?
No, oh my God, no, not my sweet little Branson. Oh my God, no. Huh. No, I'm talking about my 16-year-old son. Oh, he has just become hell. I don't even know what to do with him anymore. His father doesn't know what to do with him anymore. I'm thinking of taking him down south across the border, dropping him off, and seeing if they'll put him in one of the cages.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, what's he doing?
Well, I'll tell you how it all started. It all started a couple weeks ago. He used to just keep to himself in his room on his phone or his Fortnite or whatever. But a couple weeks ago, his father, got it in his head that he's turning 16 and he needs to learn about financial literacy. So I have to take him down to the bank and open him up a bank account. Now, he's 16, so he can't have one of his own. So I have to open up one with him. So my name's on it. So I told him, don't do anything stupid because my name's on this bank account. You hear me? This is for you to be responsible. Okay?
Right.
Very next day.
So far, so good.
I didn't know. What?
So far, so good. It makes sense.
Yeah. So the next day, I get a notification from the bank. I get a notification from the bank that he went and spent $5,000 on some GameStop thing on the stock market. I just cannot believe that he would disobey me like that. One, I told him not to do anything stupid, and he went and spent $5,000 the very next day. Two, I told him not to buy any hell no, not in my house. No.
I bet you forgave him now, though. I mean, that seems like it was a pretty good investment, though, right?
What the hell are you talking about? No, I sold it right away. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I sold it right away. I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And then a couple days later, I told his father to have a talk with him, but I don't know if he ever got around to it. That man's so busy, he doesn't know which way he's coming or going. So anyways, a couple days later, all of a sudden, he starts dancing around the house. I mean, like a crazy person. I've never seen nothing like it. He's dancing and jumping like a Mexican jumping bean. He said, I'm the king of the castle. I'm the king of the castle. I got $1 million and there's nothing y'all can do about it. Ha, ha, ha. I said, what the hell are you on about, dumbass? Like, what the hell are you talking about? You just spent $5,000 of my money the other day for nothing. What do you mean you got $1,000? He said, oh, don't worry about it, Mom. Give me 1 minute, and I'm just going to go sell my games, and you'll see. And I said, sell your games? What kind of games do you think you're going to sell for $1 million? I mean, that's the stupidest thing I've heard in the world. And then he goes up to his computer. I don't know what the hell he thinks he's doing. I guess he found out that ain't nobody going to buy a video game for $1,000. So all of a sudden, I just hear this, like, scream. I'm like, Jesus, what the hell? So, as he's screaming, he starts raging. He says, where's my GameStop? Where's my GameStop? Oh my God, where's my GameStop? I said, you mean my $5,000 that you spent on video games? He said, Mom, what the hell did you do? I said, you were not supposed to do that. You broke the rules. Mom took care of it. You're welcome. You're welcome. And now he's so angry. I don't know what the hell's wrong with him. He keeps beating up my cage kids. He's threatening to set the house on fire. I don't know what the hell's gotten into him.
LueEllen, do you not watch the news?
No, God no. I get all my news I need from Facebook and shit.
So GameStop is a stock, and it was up like 300%.
Oh, I don't follow any of that math stuff. That's for his father to teach him.
Like, it sounds like your son got in on the investment, and it sounds like he could have made legitimately like $1 million from that $5,000.
See, now I see why y'all are called the Moron Show. I mean, you sound like an idiot right now.
I don't, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
16-year-old making $1 million with his mother's money on games. Yeah, right. I've never heard something more insane in my life.
Well, I mean, you're probably gonna not want to look this one up, but if you feel so inclined, maybe go on Google and type in GME.
GME, what is that code for? I don't even want to know. It's probably something perverse. Anyway, you good luck with your games and your morons and all that stuff. I can see why y'all are still doing this show instead of something more successful. Maybe you can grow some brains one day if you eat your oatmeal.
Hey, LueEllen, are you on with the morons? Hey, yeah, no, I don't need to talk to them. Just make sure they play my new commercial. Yeah, I just sent it over last night. Just make sure they play it on the new episode. It's on right now. Make sure they play it next. Who's that?
That's my lawyer, Jimmy James. Can you play his commercial? He wants you to play it next.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, it's really weird, but okay, yeah, we'll be sure to play his commercial.
Okay, great. Bye.
Bye.
What was that?
Was that Jimmy James?
I think so.
What the hell's he doing at LueEllen's house?
I do not know.
Well, I mean, we do have an ad for him this week, so, all right, I guess I'll cue it up.
Fine, sounds good.
Did Robinhood rob you good? That may be actionable. Jimmy James here with James, Jameson, and Johnson, and it's time to get that hedge fund money, honey.
recommended you to. After all, everybody knows the stock market's a racket, but frivolous lawsuits are the American way. And they're guaranteed. So just call 1-800-JUST-JIM for your consultation today. That's 1-800-JUST-JIM.
I mean, short and sweet. He's the master of short and sweet there.
Yeah, well, you know, say what you will about Jimmy James, but one thing he'll never do, and that's abandon his client.
That's true.
Yeah, unlike a lawyer in Louisville who earned herself contempt of court when she hung up in the judge's and in her client's face in the middle of a Zoom hearing.
She did what now?
Yeah, I guess the equivalent to this would be if she were in the courtroom, since, you know, it's like a COVID virtual courtroom, and if she just had flipped everybody the bird and stormed out of the building.
I mean, are we sure she, like, hung up? She didn't, like, lose internet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She straight up just hung up in everybody's face.
Well, that's a bold strategy. I mean, I don't know if they teach this in law school, but did the Wookiee defense not work?
Well, she was actually pissed off because her client didn't want to take a plea deal. She was trying to say that he had mental illnesses, and he goes, and the video is online, it's amazing. He goes, I don't have mental illnesses, I'm from Florida.
That is a fair point.
I mean, it is, but his lawyer didn't like it.
Well,
And she's like, look, if this motherfucker's not going to do what I say, I'm out. Fuck this courtroom. She goes on a rant. She goes on like a 2-minute rant. She's like, this guy is crazy. I've been to the fucking jail like half a dozen times. He never does what I say. He gets in fights at the jail. You know what? I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore. You know what? Screw him. Screw you. I'm out of here. Bye. And she just hangs up on the Zoom call, and then everybody else in this virtual courtroom, like all the other lawyers and shit, they're just staring at the camera with their mouths agape, like they've never seen anything like this before.
I mean, I think honestly she's making a solid case, and I think I speak for the rest of us when I say in this age of virtual courtrooms and being able to see episodes like this online, petition for Florida man to represent himself from now on.
I mean, if anything, he proved that maybe he is crazy.
Anyways, if you thought that was a regrettable decision, a quartet of Chinese businessmen suffered acidic sores, public embarrassment, and way more than the daily recommended dose of vitamin C when they peeled and scarfed down 66 pounds of oranges in order to pay $50 of baggage fees at the airport, or rather, to avoid paying $50 of baggage fees at the airport.
That's the weirdest sentence that I've heard all week. And I've heard a lot of weird sentences this
Weirder
week.
than Cocaine Hippos?
Weird. I mean, honestly, this sounds like something that like the Cocaine Hippos should be doing. Like when I picture like the modern, like a gritty remake of Hungry Hungry Hippos, it's hippos high on cocaine scarfing down oranges at the airport.
Well, look, I guess these guys, they were 4 guys, they went in together on a crate of oranges while they were on a business trip together, but, you know, shipping in $12 a head to get them on the plane was a bridge too far.
Are you sure this was in China and, I don't know, not like Long Island or something?
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know, I'm just saying. You know, it seems like these guys are going a long way to save a few bucks.
Oh, wow.
You know, and suffering the whole time, like, oh, okay. Oh, you know, are you just gonna have me eat these oranges? Don't mind me, I'll probably die. What do you care?
Oh, my God. Well, maybe they weren't on their way back from a business trip. Maybe they were on their way to a competitive eating competition.
Who the fuck just decides to buy huge crates of fruit with their coworkers? Like, I've been on a lot of business trips in my life, and I've had some interesting coworkers, and we've never been like, oh, damn, that's a good deal on some apples. Dog. Like, I'm just saying, like, when we get home, like, we can split that bushel of bananas. Like, yo, how many people live at your house? Cause look, alright, let's see here. That's like 80 pairs. There's like 80 pairs, and there's 3 of us. Alright? So, like, look, I don't know the math, but that's like almost like 30 pairs each. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we can eat a lot of pears. Like,
who are you going on business trips?
That's what I'm saying. Who the fuck are these people? Like, I don't even want to lug around more than a carry-on when I go on an airline, let alone on a business trip. And these idiots are like, you know what we need? We need to open up a roadside produce stand. Like, look, what a goddamn deal on 70 pounds of fucking citrus.
Oh my God.
And then when they say, you know what, you can't just carry that onto the plane for free. They're like, oh hell no, we're not going to pay for this. But we're not going to leave it here either.
Where did they think it was going to go? Like, under the seat?
And then they're just like, fuck you, motherfucker. We're going to eat it right here in the airport.
Have you ever seen those videos of someone trying to get something that clearly won't fit into the overhead storage container? I'm just picturing like their plan was the 4 of them on the plane holding up everybody boarding because they're trying to shove a 7-6 crate of oranges into the overhead storage container.
And then the oranges are just falling everywhere. And there's like, oh no way. And there's like shoving them in their pockets and putting them down their shirt and stuff. But these guys just ate them. You ever, like, peeling an orange is not fun by itself. You get that gunk all under your fingernails and everything.
Oh my God, they must have stank the whole plane ride home.
What is wrong with these fucking people? No wonder that they started the coronavirus. Because they do shit like this. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of the airport, get a load of this one. Some guy in Berlin is in big trouble after getting caught using a 2-way radio to impersonate air traffic controllers.
Really?
To impersonate air traffic controllers and give potentially dangerous instructions to aircraft.
Potentially dangerous, yes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, everyone's got to have a hobby. And I mean, I'm sure he was socially distanced.
I mean, he was socially distanced. He was trying to make the airplanes in the skies above him get a little bit closer together.
He's trying to send a message. People shouldn't be traveling during the pandejo.
I mean, this went on for 6 months before he finally got caught. So, I mean, maybe he picked it up during lockdown over there.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I guess he was making contact with pilots of passenger and transport airplanes, and then he got better and better. Apparently, he got to be almost like a professional at it, where he was able to trick state and federal police helicopters. And he was all doing this from the comfort of his Berlin apartment.
As if I needed one more reason to be terrified of flying on an airplane. I mean, couldn't this dude just get like a ham radio? Like something normal? Or maybe like hang out on a Discord server or something. I mean, if you want to...
You can't cause a helicopter crash from a Discord server. I mean, you can trick boomers to fucking show up at the Capitol.
Where's the fun in that? Look, moving on, I've got one last story in the stack here, and honestly, I'm not really sure if it's a moron story so much as it's just, some weird news, but right. I thought it was interesting. So, a Las Vegas tycoon and paranormal enthusiast is offering up $1 million in prizes to anyone who can prove evidence of the afterlife.
$1 million?
$1 million smackaroonies if you can convince him that human consciousness survives beyond death.
Just kill him. Can you imagine that as your defense in the trial? Like, sir, why did you assassinate this millionaire? That's a fucking terrible thing to do. Well, he said he wanted to know if there's life after death.
Well, how would we know?
So I shot him. Well, I figured he'd tell me.
Oh my God!
I mean, he just wants to know if ghosts are real.
More or less.
Save your money, dude. I mean, you're gonna find out eventually. That's.
Oh my God!
Anyway, we're getting another call. One more for the night, right?
All right. Can't be any weirder than the other calls tonight. Area code 323. You're on with the War on Morons. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, this is Ken Lee from the Spectre Inspector Squad. I'm a Spectre Inspector. That means I inspect haunted locations. Inspectors?
Yeah, I kind of picked that one up, Ken.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically I'm calling because I'd like to collect my $1 million. So am I going to get that from you, or do I get it from Jay? How do I get my money?
No and no.
Huh? Well, I have quite a lot of evidence of the afterlife. I've been chasing ghosts for a number of years. In fact, I've been on your program, and I've conjured spirits on your program.
I remember, Ken. I mean, geez, you know, what is this? Are you going to just bring out your buddy Brian Bedford again for another big brain boozling or whatever? I mean, I doubt that you have actual evidence.
Look, if I bring Brian Bedford out, he would be a ghost. Because he ruined our Halloween special last year. So Brian Bedford is a dead man. If I ever see Brian Bedford again, and if you ever see Brian Bedford again, please call me up. Call up Ken Lee, and I'll be there.
I'll be sure to do that.
I'll turn him into a ghost.
Yeah, it sounds like a great way to become an accomplice to murder. Absolutely. Sounds like a fabulous idea.
I'll exterminate him. But no, I actually am here to bring a ghost on the air for you tonight, so I can claim my prize. Will you? Yeah, I thought maybe if we do this together, maybe I could break you off maybe $1,000, $2,000, something like that, just for helping facilitate things. What do you say?
You know, Ken, we'll talk about the numbers later, but I'd be down to hear what you've got. Why don't you go ahead and bring your ghost on?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually in a haunted location right now. Frankly, I'm in one of the most haunted locations in America.
Okay.
I'm here in the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles, California. The paranormal activity here is absolutely off the charts. It's full of ghosts. It's full of demons. It's full of sprites and critters and creatures. I think I saw a shadow person staring at me. All sorts of malevolent spirits. But tonight, I'm going to make contact with a very, very special spirit in particular. And that's the departed soul of a dead girl named Eliza Lamb. You're probably familiar with her story. Do you know about Eliza Lamb?
Can't say that I do, really.
Oh, I mean, I would have thought you'd have heard of her. So she was 21 years old. This wasn't too long ago. She mysteriously disappeared. She was staying here at the Cecil. At this hotel. She was on vacation here from Canada. And her body was discovered decomposing in the water tank.
Jesus!
Yeah, it was gruesome. Yeah, all the guests had been drinking her guts for weeks.
Oh!
The water was just black sewage with her guts in the water.
You know, Ken, jeez, stop it!
Yeah. We're gonna conjure up her ghost with a ghost box. What do you think of that?
A ghost box?
Yeah, so a ghost box. The way it works is it kind of cycles through radio frequencies. So it's just really fast. It's kind of cycling through AM radio frequencies. It kind of gives the specters a platform on which to communicate with our world using their spiritual energy. And that's what I'm going to use to prove that the afterlife exists, so I can win the $1 million for the Spectre Inspectors Squad. So I'm going to turn the machine on right now. First thing you're going to hear is my EMS pump. So that's basically going to give you some fuel, I guess you could call it. Voice come through. Sometimes ghosts forget their names if they're complete. you're in action.
This is ridiculous, Ken.
Anyway, I am 100%
Now listen carefully.
You should give Ken that money right away.
Oh, for God's sake! Ken, I don't know what kind of mockery you think this is. I mean, I know we're not like a serious show, but I mean, we're not
Did
stupid.
you hear what the ghost said? The ghost said that 100% guaranteed that she is a ghost, and that you have to give me the $1 million.
Well, I don't have $1 million, so you can take that up with the millionaire who's doing this promotion and see how he likes it.
Well, you're the one that told us about it. Can you please?
Do you not know how news
send the tape?
works?
Look, I'm just a simple ghost man. I'm just a simple ghost man with a simple ghost plan, and I'm just asking for a little help here.
Okay, well, Ken, why don't you do need some help, actually, so I hope you can get it, but not from us.
Well, you know what? I'll see you in hell.
Bye. All right, well,
You know, I don't understand why how come people watch Zach Bagans and they don't watch fucking Ken and Esmeralda?
I mean, really?
I mean, those two, I gotta say, those two they're the real professionals.
They're on another level.
Jesus Christ.
If you can't afford Travel Channel, you can probably afford whatever they're on.
Whatever they're on. Xanax?
YouTube?
Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I don't think we can go any lower than that. We'll see you next week, Tuesday, as always, on Ami Media Group for episode 68.
Bye, guys.
You better get down on your knees and pay 1,000 buckles RPM.